I would like to thank the Prime Minister of the country, Sri Narendra Modi ji, for visiting Bangalore. The road in front of the MP's office, Mr. Tejasvi Surya's office, they managed to put the tar. Beautiful garden city. We've got a garbage city name now. And then from an IT city, it's gotten a name Pothole City. From Silicon Valley, it's become a flood valley. If there is no water, there is garbage in front of their house, anything that needs to be done, they cannot unfortunately call Modi.
Points the finger back at the Congress. They say that, the Rajakaluves were encroached during Congress's time.
Chilume came to light. It is extremely scary. In fact, humongous task to actually check what is deleted and what's not.
Can the Congress party do more to accommodate more women without any reservation? Or is it just about the winnability criteria at the
Yeah,
end of the day?
I agree. Wherever there are Congress MLAs, the funds were massively cut.
On the last day of campaigning, joining me in between her very busy campaigning here in Jayanagar is the sitting legislator from Jayanagar who's seeking a re-election, Sowmya Reddy. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you, Pooja.
Yesterday, Prime Minister Modi passed through many parts of your constituencies. How big a factor
Day before
is
yesterday.
Day before yesterday.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
How big a factor is this? Because the BJP is using his star value, if I can say that, to inundate the voters' imagination and attention last 2 days. How much will it work according to you?
So first of all, I would like to thank the Prime Minister of the country, Sri Narendra Modi ji, for visiting Bangalore. I also wanted him to visit our Jayanagar complex, and also thanks to him, the tender showed the road in front of the MP's office, Mr. Tejasvi Surya's office. They managed to put the tar because of his arrival, and But I also want to. Tell that people of this city are really smart enough, and they realize that tomorrow, if there is no water, there is garbage in front of their house, or if they need to ensure anything that needs to be done, they cannot unfortunately call Modi. Forget Mr. Modi, the BJP MPs and the corporators and the MLAs themselves have been either corrupt or they've been inaccessible or inefficient.
So, what are the biggest election issues? Top three. What is the platform on which you are challenging BJP this time?
Pooja, it's the past 4 years, it's been the BJP state government. They've also had BJP at the center. And also, the city, as in BBMP, is also under their control. So it's not just double; it's a triple engine sarkara. And so, if they really had a good opportunity to serve the people of Bengaluru and Karnataka, and unfortunately, all that people have been seeing is massive corruption. They've got a name 40% sarkara. It's not us, but it's a contractors who have actually said it. And secondly, it is massive unemployment. Corruption in the sense each and every minister, MLA, a minister would cost like crores of rupees. And also, thirdly, at the end of the day, we really want, work to happen. And we really want oneness in the society, and we want, peace, and we want. Unfortunately, there is a massive law and order issue. With there is no safety for women, and so people are really, really fed up.
You mentioned, people wanting to live peacefully and in harmony. This entire Bajrang Dal versus Bajrangi controversy that came up after the Congress manifesto, was that a controversy you think the Congress could have avoided, or do you somewhere worry that it was an issue that Congress gave to the BJP in the last minute to polarize?
Well, see, BJP has massive anti-incumbency, and so they were very desperate. See, when you talk about issues other than work, other than development, it means that you don't have anything to show. You've been in power for the past 4 years. show your report card. And so, yes, answering your question, they tried to make this an issue, but unfortunately, I think people are really fed up hearing, listening this time after time. At the end of the day, we're all citizens of the same country, and irrespective of what religion we belong to, I think we want work and we want development for everyone. So I think people really get that.
You are a Bangalore MLA, and in many parts of your constituency also. Of course, Jayanagar, usually the image people have is of broad roads and like trees and all that, but certain parts of your constituency did see floods and it has infrastructural issues. Why is it that despite funds being given, budget after budget, Bangalore continues to be bogged down by these issues?
Pooja, unfortunately, in the past couple of years, as soon as BJP government came in the state, wherever there are Congress MLAs, the funds were massively cut. And the funds was diverted towards all the BJP MLAs. Just imagine 12 Congress MLAs, the funds allocated for 3 years was 1,270 crores approximately. And for 15 BJP MLAs, it was 9,980. And it's like at the end of the day, even Jayanagar, almost 61% of the funds was cut, 1,122 crores. So I mean, see, at the end of the day, Pooja, I'm from Jayanagar. I mean, I'm going to come to meet you in maybe Baswangudi. And I will also go to, I don't know, no, palace grounds to a wedding. I will also go to Bomnali. At the end of the day, this is our taxpayers' money. There is massive discrepancy in funds allocated. Ultimately, what's happened is Bangalore has suffered. Brand Bangalore has actually been completely gone. So people of Bengaluru are basically saying that from a beautiful garden city we've got a garbage city name now, and then from an IT city it's gotten a name pothole city. From Silicon Valley, it's become a flood valley. So last year when it rained, it's not the first time it rains. Every monsoon it rains, Pooja. But unfortunately, what really happens to all the funds? The Rajkalvis were encroached, and Madhevpura. You saw what happened. So what really was the BJP government and the BJP MLAs and the ministers have been doing all these, and this really happened where the BJP MLAs were there. And in fact,
In fact, points the finger back at the Congress. They say that, the Rajakaluves were encroached during Congress's time, and, the state of affairs continued from there. So, at the end of the day, citizens are asking, what about us?
So, Pooja, frankly speaking, in my own constituency, there's an apartment called as Jayanti Gardens. In 2000, when it rained 3 years ago, I was scared. There was 3 feet water within 4 apartments. And then when we actually opened the old maps, Rajkalmi, which was 10 years old, and it's just which is 10 feet wide, which is like 1 feet, and which was completely encroached, and we had to break that open. So what I'm saying is, it's not blaming each other. It's not, and I think it's not whataboutery. But I, as a representative of Bangalore, and I really came with the intention of serving people. And I mean, I've studied abroad. I am a true blue Bangalorean, and representing, of course, half the population. But then I've been extremely disappointed with this present, BJP government, because they really had an opportunity to work for the people of Bangalore and Karnataka. Who has a Bangalore portfolio, Pooja? It's the chief minister. And if you actually look back at the number of meetings that he has called for the all the Bangalore MLAs, it's not even, it's just once or twice, and one was over Zoom. And who do you really tell these issues?
But also the fact that, there hasn't been an elected BBMP is a major issue, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, as a lawmaker, you have other responsibilities than just looking at roads and drains. So why has Bangalore, it's been 3 years now, over 3 years, why has there not been elections to BBMP?
That's the elephant in the room, Pooja. That's the biggest issue in Bangalore right now. I'm a legislator.
Yeah.
I'm an MLA. I'm supposed to legislate.
Yes.
But 90% of the issues that come to me that I've been doing in the past couple of years is actually civic issues, which is actually the responsibility of the BBMP municipality.
Yeah.
Why is that the BJP government didn't have the elections? It's going to be almost 3 years since the September of, I think, 2000 or 2001 or 2000. There's been no council, no corporators. So the entire Bangalore has actually been suffering. So in just why? Because they feared that they are going to lose the BBMP elections, and even the delimitation that they did, it was completely unscientific, and they did a lot of gerrymandering with that as well. And see, Pooja, at the end of the day, irrespective of what you're elected as, be it a corporator, MLA, or an MP, people expect you to work, people expect you to be honest and genuinely look into the issues and serve the people. And unfortunately, it's been a massive letdown by the BJP at all the different levels over here.
I want to ask you about representation of women. Bangalore has, according to statistics, in the last 66 years, there have been only 7 women legislators who've been elected to Bengaluru. This time around as well.
I think.
Six, yeah. This time around, it's also been dismal.
Yeah.
Why do none of the parties, I'm not saying Congress, but all of them, keep women at the periphery? Because 49.67% of the voters are women. Why does this happen?
It's very unfortunate. In fact, I'm the only woman MLA in Bangalore. And like you rightly said, there have just been, I think, about just 6 MLAs in the history since independence. And, we got reservation at different levels, be it ZP, municipality. And I'm so happy every time I would go to the council. Wow, there are more than like 50% women. It was, thanks to Mr. Rajiv Gandhi that happened earlier. But in the past, unfortunately, it's been 26 years since it was tabled first time, the Women's Reservation Bill. And it was passed in the Rajya Sabha. And if the present BJP government really had was really concerned about women and representation, they would have passed it in the past 9 years. But and in fact, our own party, when Mrs. Sonia Gandhi was the president, she herself said that we will support the bill whenever it comes up.
But
And
that's only about reservation. My question is, okay, the reservation has not been passed, but can the Congress party do more to accommodate more women without any reservation? Or is it just about the winnability criteria at the
yeah,
end of the day?
I agree. I have to agree with you. Yes, that we do need more representation. We're almost 50% of the population,
Exactly.
and that's in fact one of the reasons why I became an MLA, is because we as women, we have different issues.
Right.
And we have different opinions, and we need representation out there in the assemblies and the parliament as well. In fact, there are women in the past 5 years who have come and met me from different parts of Bangalore. And when I asked them, why is that you came all the way here, they said, ನೀವು ಮಹಿಳೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀರಾ. And in fact, across the constituency as well, women, wherever they meet, they're like, don't worry, we will support you. You've been working every single day. You're like my sister, you're like my daughter. And yes, like you rightly said, yes, there needs to be, yes, of course, during elections they say winnability, but I agree, there has to be representation, more representation in all parties. And in fact, Uttar Pradesh, they did a very good move, Mrs. Priyanka Gandhi, giving 40% tickets to women. Yes.
Why could that not have been replicated in Karnataka? Or is it because I asked Mr. Sidramaiah the same question, and he said, it's because people are not yet accepting women leaders. Is that a concern?
Well, I wouldn't say that women do accept, but it's more difficult, extremely difficult. Every single day in the past 5 years, Pooja, I have to face have been facing misogyny, sexism, mansplaining, ageism. It's not been easy. It's 10 times more difficult. And
Despite your father being a veteran Congress leader, well known across Bengaluru, you have to face all of these as well.
yes, in fact, in the past 3 years, um, BJP people themselves, be it the present candidate, and in fact, many people over here, they have troubled me so much because of this patriarchal attitude, and done a lot of massive smear campaigns, and but yes, I think. It is a chicken and egg kind of a problem, right? I think we also need to. I mean, my party has also been welcoming more people, women, young people. We also have an internal reservation as well, and also it's being inclusive to everybody, including young people, women. And so yes, I think the next couple of years that is going to improve, because we also need to make the environment more conducive and more welcoming for women as well. And yes, I think slowly, at the end of the day, Pooja, I think we have broken all glass ceilings. And I think 4% representation in Karnataka is really low. And it's almost, I think, 12 and 16% in Rajya Sabha and in Lok Sabha. So yes, we definitely need to improve over here.
You are a woman. You also represent youth, and in your past life, you're an activist. So there are several causes that you represent. I want to ask you, how difficult is it to bring all these roles to mainstream politics, which is all about winnability, taking all sections along. So how do you strike a balance between standing for the causes that you believe in, some of them very strongly, and also ensuring that you don't rock the boat too much, that you're just kept out of the system?
Well, Pooja, I think at the end of the day, I still consider myself an activist, because I came to politics because we really, the people sitting in these chairs, they need to have the political will to do things. And that's the reason why I came here. And I have been absolutely, I can say for sure that I haven't taken bribe, and I ensure that nobody around me, where whatever came in my control, ensure that there is, because I think people have really lost faith in politics and politicians at the end of the day, and we really need to kind of, you know, transform that, and that's one of the reasons why I came here. And like you said, yes, it is not easy, but I think every single day, every single thing that comes to me, we have a choice. We have a choice to make, and be it making sure that I prioritize things, be it environment, be it women, be it speaking up for the any social injustice and anything that goes wrong around us. I think it's our responsibility to speak up, because if we don't speak up against any injustice, means you're supporting the oppressor, not the oppressed. And our we have one of the most beautiful constitutions on this planet, and I've taken my oath on this constitution, and I just want to make sure that I fight for all of that, be it equality, be it fraternity, social justice, and it could be for everybody who are the citizens of Jayanagar and my state.
My last question, I know you have to get back to campaigning. In November last year, we did an investigation which showed that there were attempts to manipulate the voter data, voter rolls, and it was also possibly being sold. Uh, how big a concern is it for Congress? Because after investigation, several Congress legislators filed complaints saying that in their own constituencies, they find voter names being deleted from the rolls. How big a concern is this for you, that at this very stage, there is an attempt to tamper?
Yes, it is a huge issue. In fact, even before this came to light, it's actually you guys who did that. And exactly a year ago, one of the BJP MLA aspirants, the entire revenue authorities were actually sitting in that person's house. And in fact, I had to like speak to the BBMP commissioner and speak about it in the assembly. The session was going on back then. This was, I think, during probably in April or May. Um, and I mean, imagine this is the revenue officers. These guys are the ones who can add, delete, and can do tamper anything. And even after Chilume came to light, it is extremely scary. In fact, it is a humongous task to actually check what is deleted and what's not. And in fact, all of us really requested, and many constituencies which came to light, they went and complained. But I really, really hope and pray that, people who are genuine citizens of, Bangalore especially, are not removed. And this is something extremely scary that we are going to take up once Congress comes back to power.
Thank you very much for speaking to us, and we will speak to you again after the result. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Pooja.